This video is very hard to record because I wanted to share some shiny results and big wins, but I don't have them yet. But I still would love to share with you what I've done for week 3 of the challenge, what did I learn, and some key takeaways that hopefully will help you on the similar journeys working towards your dream life. This video is part of the series where I share my progress and learnings and what I do as part of the 1K challenge, where, as a reminder about today in the morning, the most important part of the challenge is not the end, it's not the 1K that we have to get by the end of the 6 weeks, but it's really the learnings that will help to grow and sustain the business and support the lifestyle that we want. And before we continue, please support this video and my journey with likes, because this cheers me up a lot and the journey feels much more enjoyable. To give you a brief recap, I'm doing a 1K challenge which is spread over 6 weeks, and within those 6 weeks we got 4 missions. Mission 1 was to get your first dollar, and it was mainly based on setting up the systems and asking people to support your business. Mission 2 is all about getting your $10 for a digital product, which you didn't have to build, but you had to pre-sell, and once you get the sale, you can build the product. Mission 3 is the mission that I just started. It's all about getting $100 from your product. So if it's a $10 product, I have to get 9 more sales of my digital product. And mission 4 is all about getting to 1K, which may or may not be part of those 6 weeks, but we'll see. And I'm sharing this journey as I go along, so if you have any questions or any thoughts and comments, I would love to hear them in the comments here in the video. Mission 2 was all about finding your niche, and by niche it means you have to find a person who has a problem that you can help them solve, and you actually have knowledge, skills, or interest in that problem solving. And what I decided to do is I decided to help business owners and entrepreneurial people to get organized, to avoid the mental clutter, and to have all things that are related to their business in one place in Notion dashboard. It's all because I use Notion dashboard, and it helps me to get motivated a bit, because I have my goals visible every time I open my laptop. I have my projects quickly accessible, and I have my one-day planning available to me. So I thought I give it a fresh look, organize it a bit better, because it was due a refresh anyways, and I was using this Notion dashboard for quite a while. So I thought, okay, I would like a fresh look, maybe a bit more full view, and that's what I've done as my product. I did start pre-selling before the product was ready, but no one actually bought it when it was on pre-sale. But I started to build the product because I actually finished the course material and there was nothing for me to do in terms of the course. So I thought, okay, I'll build my product, because anyways I'm using it and I would love to have something that I could use straight away. So I actually did it. But tricky part was to keep it simple and not to overwhelm myself and other people as well. So I try to keep it simple and minimalistic as possible, and I really love using it, well, while I'm using it for the first few days. And during this week and on this journey, while I was building the product without knowing that anyone will actually buy it, which is against technically against the task, because the task was to pre-sell and then build. Well, I started pre-selling it, so I started to build it. During the last week, I was reflecting on the whole journey, and I would like to share some takeaways that will hopefully help you as well if you are on the journey of building the life that you love and the lifestyle that you enjoy, and would like to do it with the business that you enjoy running. The first realization, well, actually people say it, but then you only feel it when you are in that situation, and it's the work expands to the amount of time you allocated. So the idea for building a digital product, $10 digital product, was to spend 3 to 5 hours of focused time to build it. In fact, I spent, I think, week and a half, like not full time, because I usually work either in the mornings when my little one is still asleep, or in the evenings when she is already asleep. So But still, I was working every day for 3 to 5 hours for at least a week. And at some point I realized that there is never an end point, because I know the ways how I could improve my product. And it was one time when I thought, okay, I'll set myself half an hour to finish those things, half an hour to review it, and half an hour to get it out and organize all the delivery part of the product. And this is actually when I felt the most progress, because I stopped overthinking it and just kept doing the most important things. And I did overrun some of the times that I allocated to myself, but the progress was so much faster. But I'm glad I set some deadlines, because the work went so much faster. Learning number 2 is that quitting seems really compelling when things don't work as you have them in your mind or as you plan them. And honestly, they almost never go to plan, especially if you are experimenting, if you are trying things out. And I think it doesn't look very dramatic. It doesn't look like I'm not taking any orders anymore, I'm stopping my business. But I think it looks like, oh, I'll explore this other thing that I can do, or I don't have time right now, I will come to it a bit later, and you never come back to what you've started. And it seems very compelling, and it might happen without actively realizing it, but it's important to keep track of it. And I think the main thing how to overcome it is to keep your whys and your goals in front of you a lot of times. So, for example, how I do it, I try to do it in multiple ways. For example, I try to keep them on my wallpaper on the phone. I try to have a vision board, which is partially working. But the thing that works best for me is to see my goals and my whys every time I start my work. So when I open my laptop and I go to my dashboard, and it's the first thing I see when I open the internet, because this is where I see my dashboard, and I usually have my goals just in front of me. And sometimes I miss them, sometimes I skip them and don't read them, but sometimes when I'm thinking a little bit or I'm a bit procrastinating, my sight of view is on those goals and I see them and I was like, oh, okay, I remember this, so I better stop procrastinating and start doing the things. So keep your goals and your whys in front of you or very close to you. Maybe set reminders if it's something that helps you, or find a way to remind yourself of why you are doing things, because when things get tough, it's very simple to just quit. Learning number 3 is it's very important to notice and realize when you are overthinking things in your head and keep spiraling in your mind about things that you are doing. And building your own business and trying to build the life that you want can seem sometimes very lonely, because you have this vision, but a lot of times you are the only person who has this vision, and it's hard to talk about it and hard to explain to other people, because you have this vision but you don't have tangible results yet, and it's hard to justify. So a lot of times I feel like I have to protect my vision, but it's very important to be in the circle of people who are in the same situation, in a similar situation, or have been there, because those are the people who will support you, who you can discuss things that you understand, that both of you or like the group of people understand, and people who have been in this situation, and the people who are a step ahead of you or multiple steps ahead of you, they will not look down and judge you for the effort and for the time and for the sacrifice you are doing, but they will cheer you up. And so it's very, very important to find the circle of people that you feel comfortable discussing what you are doing, because this will help you to get out of the rut in your head about what you're doing and what's wrong and what's working, what's not working. And yeah, it just feels, the journey feels much, much more enjoyable. So what's next? I'm on mission 3 and I'm just starting to get to know what is ahead of me, and I know the goal to sell 10 copies of the product overall, so it will be 9 copies to sell, using the marketing strategies that are offered in the course, and that's what I will be learning. And if you are interested, sharing with you some of the things that work for me, I will definitely share the update for week 4, what worked, what didn't work for me. Hopefully I will share some shiny results, but if not, I will still show up and share what I learned. And if you like going along this journey, I also share like a bite-sized learnings in the end of every week. Not just the challenge, but overall running a business and starting the business, and some mindsets and tools that I find useful. I usually share them in my very short email on Sundays, and you can sign up for it in the description below. I will see you in the next video. Bye!